Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Centers. Decided not to do an intro today. It's just going to do a simple. These are just going to be helps and tips for everybody. How you can make more money at the craps table. Um, there is a there is a strategy where once the point is made, you are going to put down 440 on the inside. And you might sit there and say, "There's no way, Jeff. There's no way I would sit there and do this." That is just an incredible amount of money to be risking for one roll. And I get it. I absolutely get it. So instead of sitting there doing this once the point is made, do this. Start off on baby steps. I don't expect for people to spend $100 a spin on the slot machine if they've never played the slot machine. But let's take it down a notch. Um, all we gotta do is just sit there and take it down, just a hair. That's only 110. Would you be comfortable with risking 110 for just one roll and then take it down? And most people say, sure, for one roll, once the point is made, and then go 2 rolls, and then go 3 rolls, and then start collecting, start putting money on the 4 and the 10, start collecting, start building this up. You'll never make money unless you're willing to risk with money. Look at the word gamble. Gamble is taking a risk. If you're taking a risk with a small amount of money, you're going to go home with a small amount of money. If you are going to risk a large amount of money and feel comfortable about doing so, and this is entertainment money, then you're going to hopefully take home a lot of money. Most people will sit there and say, well, okay, $110, and once I hit it, I'm going to take it down. We'll do that for one full night. Sit there and put 110. Once the point's made, once you hit a 5, a 6, 8, or 9, take it down. You'll find that you'll be able to do this with no problems whatsoever. It's a mind over matter. You know how to dice set. You've been practicing. You have money on the table. You are going to sit there and make this. That's not a problem. The next time you go to the casino, start with it this way, and then go, you know what? I'm going to go up to 220. So we're going to go to 220, and I'm going to, see how I do with the 220. And the cool thing about if you started off with 220, after your first hit, take it back down to 110 until you get used to the 220. After a couple of times with this, you're like, okay, I can do this. I might have lost once or twice, but overall, I am winning. The next thing is to sit there and bring it back up to 440, like I showed you on the when I first started. And then once you hit something, you're going to sit there and take it down to 220. Once you hit something, you'll take it down to 110. And then from 110, you can sit there and take it all down or gradually build it up. If you're not willing to risk the money, you will never come home with money. I would watch the bone thrower play with the bets on before the puck was turned on. And you say, well, what happens if you roll a 7? Well, you're going to lose. That's what's going to happen if you roll a 7 before the puck is turned on. But start it out slowly. Start it out slowly. Sit there and say, okay, well, right now I'm only risking $50. $50 on the first come out roll. If I hit a 7, I lose $50. And then after a while, you're like, you know what? I haven't lost that $50. So then you're going to sit there and start spreading it out. What that's going to do is give you one extra roll prior to sitting there taking everything down. If you can overcome this, that gives you one extra roll before you're going to take it down. Say I'm going to roll 5 times. Well, if you roll 5 times and take it down, your come out roll is going to be one of those times. So now you're down to 4 rolls. What if your come out roll is a horn number? Now you're down to 3 rolls. No matter how many times you're going to roll, the clock is ticking when the 7 is going to come out. So by tricking yourself by doing this a little bit at a time, the next week you sit there and you go, you know what, this was okay. I never sat there and rolled a 7 on my come out. I feel safe to do this. A couple of weeks go by, you've done this for a time, you haven't lost anything. You sit there and say, you know what, I feel safe about doing this. Little bit by little bit, and you are going to sit there and have the confidence that you need to win the money that you want to win. It's a lot more enjoyable game when you can win. All the friends and all the customers I have that know that what I do, some of them have never been to a casino. And I would not start them out at the Happy and Prosperous in the high limit room that has a max bet of $250 a spin. That would be absurd. That would be stupid on my part. That'd be like the stupidest thing I could possibly ever do if that's the first time they've ever sat there and been in a casino. I would start them off small. I would go over to Buffalo where you could do, 76 cents a spin, or Goldfish where you could do 60 cents a spin. Get them into that. Show them that the bonuses, show them how the bonuses work, and they'll be happy and delighted to have a $20 bonus. After 2 or 3 times of showing them this, they'll sit there and say, okay, well, I want to do what you do. You're going to have to ease them into this. You just don't drop them off and sit there and say, have fun at $250 a spin. Just to let you guys know, I never won anything at $250 a spin. Never did I get a bonus at $250 a spin. It's something I've done. Do I like it? No, I don't. There's easier ways to sit there and get a jackpot than to sit there and do that. $25 spins, $50 spins. On some of the new games, you have to sit there and put in $300 to $500 before you sit there and get a bonus. So when you do 440 on the inside after the point is made, how is that any different than going after a bonus on a new slot machine that you don't even know if you're going to make that back in your bonus? If you're only doing $10 a spin and you've already pumped in $400 in that slot machine, I guarantee you that when that bonus comes, you might as well hang it up, because that bonus will only be $200 to $300, especially if you already have $400, $500 in it. You will not make it back. The chances are highly against you. Mind over matter on the small things. Then you must expand. You sit there and say, I want to sit there and have money out before the puck is turned on. I want to sit there and be able to do that. That gives me one extra turn. Don't start off with $440 on the inside, or $102 all the way across. Start out slow. The table max is let's say the table max is $10. Pick a number. It doesn't matter which number you really pick. Pick a number. Tell them you want this working. Buck off. And your goal, your only one goal, is to make sure that you don't roll a 7 on the come out. I guarantee you'll sit there and do that without a problem because you know how to dice set. When this is off, how much attention do you have at your dice set when that's off and that's off? You're just throwing the dice. You don't care if your thumb stays the same and your fingers let go. You don't care that you're holding it perfectly. There's things that you absolutely don't care. What's it going to hurt? No matter what number we roll, it's all good. The worst would be rolling a 2 or a 3, and you can offset that by doing a $2 crap check. You have nothing to lose. But if you turn this guy on, now you have something to lose. Now you're going to be more attention focused. This is my best dice set right here. This is my best dice set. I know I've got to sit there and let my fingers go, leave my thumb without any movement. The dice have got to go through the air perfect without tumbling. I know that when it lands, it's got to be, 4 inches, 3 inches before it hits and crashes into the crocodile. Things like that are going to go through your head. I guarantee you this is going to make you a better craps player. Start off small. I would not sit there and say to do this to somebody that's never tried it. Start off. Baby step it. Baby step it. Baby step it. And you will win. You will see that this will change. And then when it comes your turn to roll, I guarantee you might have a bankroll of $500. You're going to walk away with an extra $500. There's no reason why you can't. But if you aren't making correct bets, if you aren't being wise at your bets, this will never, ever, ever happen. Make the money prior to the 7 coming out. And like I said, most people can roll 6 times before the 7 comes out. That's average. Average is 6 rolls. The first roll is just to try to make a point. And how many times do we get a horn number to go along with that? Now you're only stuck with 5 rolls, 4 rolls. Better be counting those rolls because 7 is on its way. I hope this has helped somebody. It's been an incredibly hot week. I don't really mind the 110, 120. That doesn't bother me. It's when you add the humidity to it. That's when it really bothers me. We're just kind of like swimming in sweat. The monsoon season is here among us. If you don't know what monsoons are, it's pretty much you sweat all day. Humidity is really high, and at 5 o'clock, a thunderstorm rolls in, cools everything down, and then you start the day all over again. Same thing. Like, share, subscribe. I do have winners for that last contest. I'll try to I'll put comments there that you've won and give me your email address. I won't be in Vegas until next month. And I think it's like the 2nd week of July. I won't be there for July the 4th weekend. I'll be there afterwards. And I think that's all I had to say. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if this is going to help you. Tell me, if you've never heard this before, start off baby steps. I would never sit there and tell you we're going to spend $250 a spin at the slot machine if you've never operated a slot machine before in your life. I will sit down and show you how to do 75-cent spins at a slot machine. We will work our way up. I will never say we'll work our way up to $250 a spin, but we will work our way up to a $20 spin, a $30 spin, a $40 spin, and a $50 spin. Why? Because I know how to win and I want to see you guys win. Same thing with craps. If you're only playing minimal at the table, you will only go home with minimal. I guarantee you that. Have a good one, guys. Like, share, subscribe.